All right, today we're tackling a really common topic for IELTS Writing Task 2, that big showdown between local shops and online shopping. We're going to deconstruct a top-scoring Band 9.0 answer to show you exactly what the examiners are looking for.
Welcome. This lesson comes to you from the IELTS Focus. We're going to dive deep into a fantastic model answer, pulling out all the key language, the powerful ideas, and the little tricks that will help you totally ace your exam.
So, first things first, before you even think about writing, you have to really, truly understand the question. Let's analyze how a top-tier essay breaks down the task right from the get-go.
Okay, let's look at the task itself. You've got to notice, right away, it has two very distinct parts. First, you need to talk about the problems that this trend is causing, and second, you have to suggest the best way to handle it. A fantastic essay has to give a full answer to both of those questions.
Let's jump into the first body paragraph. Pay close attention to how this model answer builds its case. It starts with a really specific problem and then cleverly expands out to the bigger picture.
So, the essay kicks off with the most obvious problem, right? The direct hit on the finances of small businesses. This one sentence perfectly describes a shopping habit we've probably all seen, or maybe even done ourselves.
This really gets to the heart of the economic issue. And that phrase, cheaper alternative, it's perfect. It just nails the motivation behind why consumers are making that switch.
Now that word, however, is so important here. It acts as a pivot, shifting the focus from just the shop owner to the entire community. It's a simple technique that really adds depth to your argument.
And see, the essay doesn't just stop at the money. It goes deeper, talking about the social impact. It even considers how the decline of these main streets hits vulnerable groups the hardest, people who might now be forced to go way out of their way just to get what they need.
And just to be clear, especially for anyone watching from outside the UK, a high street is basically the commercial heart of a town. It's where the community comes together, so when the high street starts to struggle, you can bet the whole town feels it.
Then, the model answer adds a whole other layer to the problem, the environmental cost. This is such a smart move because it broadens the argument way beyond just local economics and society. You know, using precise, powerful phrases like extra packaging and a damaging effect on the environment is exactly the kind of language that really impresses the examiners. It shows you can be specific and impactful.
Okay, so we've looked at all the problems. Now, what about the solutions? A really strong answer won't just offer one simple fix. It's going to look at the issue from a bunch of different angles.
What's so great about this essay is that it doesn't just point fingers at one group. Instead, it argues for a solution where everybody plays a part: the shops, the government, and us, the public. This makes the argument feel really sophisticated and well-rounded.
So, the first solution puts the ball in the court of the shops themselves. The key verbs here are adapt, offer, and show. It's all about evolution and taking action, not just being a victim of circumstance.
Next up, the essay looks at the role of policymakers, and the language here is strong, right? Force online giants to pay taxes. The idea is to level the playing field, to make the competition between these massive online companies and the little local stores a bit more fair.
And finally, the essay brings it right back to us, the shoppers. It uses these really powerful phrases like being community-minded and taking an environmentally aware approach. This is brilliant because it empowers the reader and makes us think about our own choices.
Every great essay needs a great conclusion. And it's not just about repeating what you've already said. It's your chance to tie everything together and leave the reader with one clear, powerful final thought.
This conclusion is so effective. It accepts that online shopping is here to stay. It calls it inevitable progress. But at the same time, it offers a positive, proactive solution: adaptation.
And that word, inevitable, is such a strong vocabulary choice. It shows the writer gets the big picture and isn't just trying to fight against reality. Using sophisticated words like this, and using them correctly, is a sure sign of a high-level writer.
All right, let's pull it all together. Think of this next part as your personal toolkit. These are the key phrases and the best vocabulary from the model answer that you can grab and use in your own IELTS writing.
So when you're describing problems, try to use strong, precise words. Don't just say something is bad. Say the community suffers, or that online deliveries have a damaging effect. See how much more weight those phrases have? And when you're talking about solutions, aim for that balanced view. Talk about how shops can adapt, how governments need to step in, and how the public can take more responsibility.
And that last phrase, resolved with everyone's cooperation, is a beautiful way to wrap up a multi-layered solution.
And finally, let's talk about a critical skill for a high score: paraphrasing. You have to avoid just copying words from the question. Look how this essay does it. Instead of shop online, it says online shopping. Instead of problems, it talks about the issues surrounding the topic. This is how you show off your vocabulary range.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Is the rise of online shopping just an unavoidable part of progress? And if it is, does that mean our local shops have only one choice: to adapt or to disappear completely? It's a really complex issue, but now you're much better equipped to tackle it.